You ever get that feeling in your gut, like something's just off? It's not something you can explain. There's no obvious proof, no lipstick on the collar, no mysterious texts. But there's a heaviness in the air, like you're sitting across from someone you used to know, but now you don't even recognize the look in their eyes. And you ask yourself, is she seeing someone else? But then you shake your head, tell yourself you're being paranoid. She's just stressed. Just tired, just busy, right? But let me tell you something most men don't want to admit. When a woman cheats, she doesn't hide as well as you think. The truth is, she leaves signs, little cracks in her behavior, changes in her rhythm, emotional footprints she can't help but leave behind. And if you've ever felt that shift, like the love is still there but somehow not pointed at you anymore, then this story might hit too close to home. I want you to remember the early days, when she'd text you first thing in the morning, when she'd laugh at your dumb jokes, even the ones you knew weren't funny, when she'd sit beside you just to be close, even when there was no real reason to. There was this softness to her, this warmth that wrapped around you like a blanket. She'd ask how your day went, and not just out of habit, but because she really cared. She'd get excited about seeing you, even after just a few hours apart, and she'd touch you, not always in a romantic way, but in that gentle, affectionate, I'm happy you're mine kind of way. That was the before. And then something changes. It doesn't happen overnight. No, it's gradual, like a slow leak. You don't notice until the floor is already soaked. She stops asking how your day was, or she still asks, but it feels like she's just going through the motions. You tell her something that once would have made her laugh out loud, and now she barely smiles. She used to make time, now she makes excuses. Oh, I'm just so tired lately. I've got a lot going on. It's not you, it's just work. But it feels like you've been moved from first priority to an afterthought. And here's the worst part. You try to be understanding. You try to be patient. You try to be the man who gives her space, thinking that's what a good guy does. But deep down, you know something's not right. A lot of men think cheating is all about the physical act. But let me tell you something. When a woman cheats, it's not always about the body. Sometimes, it's about the heart. She checks out emotionally first. You feel it in the way she stops looking at you like she used to. You feel it in the way she avoids those late-night conversations. You feel it when her hugs feel more like habits than affection. There's distance, invisible at first, but growing every day. And maybe she's not even with the other guy yet. Maybe she's just thinking about him, talking to him, entertaining the idea of what it would be like to be with someone else, someone new, someone who isn't you. You notice how she starts guarding her phone. Not blatantly, not like slamming it shut when you walk in, but subtly. Tilting the screen away, answering texts a little too quickly, taking calls in the other room saying, "It's just my friend." But you know better. She used to scroll through Instagram next to you, laugh at memes, show you pictures. Now, her phone might as well be a locked door. You ask who she's texting. She shrugs. Just someone from work. You ask who called. Nobody. And then she says it, those words that make your heart sink. You don't trust me? Here's the kicker. When a woman starts cheating, or even thinking about it, she might start turning things around on you. Suddenly, you're the one who's acting weird. You're the one who's distant. You're the one who's insecure. She'll twist the narrative until you're questioning your own reality. Until you're apologizing for things you didn't do. Until you're working even harder to win back a version of her that doesn't even exist anymore. And the more you chase her, the more she pulls away, because she's already emotionally elsewhere. And it's the little things that give it away. She changes her style, starts wearing perfume she hasn't worn in years. She starts hitting the gym, says she's doing it for herself. But you notice she only puts in the effort when she's not around you. She gets new clothes, but doesn't wear them on date night. She becomes secretive about where she's going. Or suddenly, she's got plans, but doesn't invite you. And when you ask if everything's okay, she says, "Yeah, why wouldn't it be?" With that fake smile that cuts right through your gut. And here's where the battle really begins. Not with her, but within yourself. You start questioning whether you're being paranoid. You tell yourself you're imagining things. You convince yourself that if you just love her more, if you just wait it out, if you just stay patient, everything will go back to the way it was. But deep down, there's a voice in your head, a quiet voice that whispers, "She's already gone." Why it hurts so much. The soul ties. See, when you fall for someone, truly fall, you don't just love them, you tie your soul to them. You build memories, routines, a future. You picture growing old with them. And when that woman starts pulling away, when her love turns cold, it doesn't just break your heart. It shakes your identity. You start to wonder, was any of it even real? And that's the worst part of all, because somewhere, deep in your core, you still love her, even when she's already loving someone else. Now here's something most men don't hear enough. Her cheating is not always about you. You could be loyal, present, loving. You could be the guy who does everything right. And she might still stray. Because some people don't cheat because they're not loved. They cheat because they don't know how to love themselves. They get bored. They chase attention. They want the thrill of being wanted, even if it means destroying something real. And while that might feel personal, it isn't always about your shortcomings. Sometimes, it's just who she is right now. Eventually, it happens. She leaves. Maybe not physically at first, but emotionally she's already packed her bags. She starts treating you like a roommate. She stops trying. She stops caring. And then one day, either through an ugly fight or a quiet conversation, you realize she's gone for real. And all the signs that once felt small now look like neon lights. You see it all clearly now. If you're listening to this and you're in that stage where you feel something slipping away, but you're holding on because you're scared of the truth, I want to tell you something. You're not crazy. You're not weak for loving her. You're not stupid for missing the signs. You loved, fully, genuinely. And that's something rare. But now, it's time to stop chasing the ghost of who she used to be. It's time to stop blaming yourself for her choices. And it's time to let go. This pain you're feeling, it won't last forever. And one day you'll look back and see that this heartbreak was the beginning of your rebirth. You'll learn to trust your intuition. You'll recognize the red flags early. You'll become stronger, not colder, but wiser. And when you love again, you'll do it from a place of strength, not fear. Because now you know what it looks like when someone starts to slip away. And next time, you'll choose someone who's all in. So if you're listening to this with that knot in your chest, wondering if she's already gone, pay attention, not to her words but her actions, not to her promises but her patterns, because a woman who cheats always leaves signs. And you deserve someone who doesn't make you guess how she feels, someone who doesn't drift when things get hard, someone who stays, for real.